Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A homeowner shoots a stranger who was standing on his porch, and now we're learning what brought the man there in the first place. Sean.
Clinics canceled after news breaks about pumping the brakes on the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine.
And the temporary pause of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Is it cause for alarm or proof that the system is working? We're gathering the facts from our medical expert and others. And the coronavirus tops our news at 6 tonight as Michigan has temporarily stopped giving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine after reports of rare blood clots in a few cases.
The FDA and CDC are investigating 6 reported cases of blood clots out of nearly 7 million Johnson & Johnson doses administered. That's only expected to last a few days, and Governor Whitmer says the J&J shot remains an important tool in Michigan's vaccination plan moving forward. But this is causing a widespread impact across Metro Detroit. We'll get to that in just a moment.
Meantime, Michigan reports 8,867 new cases of the virus, along with 74 more deaths. The state has now extended emergency workplace rules that require remote work when possible, and that's in place for 6 more months.
Yeah, and by far the biggest headline today is the pause put on Johnson & Johnson vaccine. What does that decision actually mean?
Pretty easy to jump to conclusions when you see that headline. That's why we have Dr. Frank McGeorge here to break down the concern and whether that vaccine is still safe. Frank.
Yeah, Kim and Devin. So the concern is a rare condition in which one of the veins that drains blood from the brain clots off. That can produce severe headaches and stroke-like symptoms. Now, while the cases identified are unusual, it is a clear sign that the FDA's monitoring system is effective.
Our FDA is internationally known for their capability of making sure that we have the safest products out there. And that's what I meant when I said an abundance of caution. You want to make sure that safety is the important issue here.
Dr. Anthony Fauci spoke at a White House briefing about the current pause in administering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
People say, what does a pause mean? It really allows both the FDA and the CDC to further investigate these cases to try and understand some of the mechanisms of what it is, some more details about the history of the individuals who were involved that might shed some light on looking forward, what will happen and what we will do. That's the first thing. The other thing is to make physicians out there aware of this.
The FDA wants doctors to be aware that the rare complication of cerebral venous sinus thrombosis with low platelets needs to be treated differently than other blood clots without the common blood thinner heparin.
This is a really rare event. If you look at what we know so far, there have been 6 out of the 6.85 million doses, which is less than 1 in a million.
So what's next? Well, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices will meet tomorrow, and they are likely to decide to update the label for the vaccine to include this risk. They could also potentially put age restrictions on who should get the vaccine, depending on what they uncover about underlying risk factors.
So a lot of health experts, and perhaps you included here, Frank, are worried that this is going to shake the confidence in some in the overall vaccine picture.
Well, you know, Devin, that's a really important point, but I don't think it should. First off, this condition is exceptionally rare.
Yeah.
Second, fine-tuning the use of the vaccine like this should actually raise confidence that safety is paramount. And finally, I do want to point out that this in no way impacts Pfizer or Moderna. With 180 million doses of those vaccines given, there have not been any safety concerns detected.
It's really important to point out. All right, Doc.
Well, all of our Metro Detroit County health departments were relying on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine to some degree or another. So let's get to Sean Lay with how they now have to handle having that vaccine taken out of their hands, at least for the moment. Sean.
That's exactly right, Kimberly. And this is being felt in 3 main areas. Number 1, congregate care facilities, then homebound people and homebound vaccination efforts, and a third, college students.
We got about 15,000 doses. So that was about 2 weeks ago, and that was the last shipment. So whatever we have left, we have to keep it in storage and keep it separate and, even indicate Johnson & Johnson do not use.
And that's 9,600 doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccine Macomb County now cannot use. The impact, The one-shot vaccine was vital for the county to use in congregate care facilities and for homebound vaccinations because of the makeup of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccine. A vial has to be used right away after the first dose is drawn.
They do not support us going from one house to another house or to another location, taking it out. So now the question becomes, what do? Just take one dose out, give it to somebody, throw the rest of the vial out, go to another house and take it? You can't do that.
Now Macomb County has to regroup on how they will vaccinate people at home or in those facilities. The timing of losing Johnson & Johnson vaccine for now is devastating to Washtenaw County. A pop-up clinic at EMU was canceled today. Another one at Concordia University was canceled for tomorrow. College-age students, the target the county desperately needs to vaccinate.
That's exactly what was planned, right? The state MDHHS had provided us as well as universities directly that could administer them with the Johnson & Johnson specifically to get young people and their employees vaccinated before the semesters or terms ended.
Let's stick with Washtenaw County. They have a big mass vaccination clinic starting next Wednesday at the EMU Convocation Center. That is still on for the remainder of that week. It is not dealing with Johnson & Johnson vaccine at that clinic. Leaders of Macomb and Wayne County say they have enough Pfizer and Moderna vaccine on hand right now. They are not making any cancellations of anything at the moment. Back to you.
Hey, Sean, we appreciate it.
The Johnson & Johnson news is, of course, very jarring for people who were scheduled to get it and looking forward to joining these growing ranks who are vaccinated. Larry Spruill live with a look at how people and cities who've been providing the vaccine are pivoting today. Larry?
Devin and Kimberly, a lot of changes for our local hospitals and local cities in our area as well. Now, I spoke with one woman who was already hesitant about getting the vaccine. She's now hearing the news and having to deal with this. Take a listen.
I really didn't want to get it, but I did chose Johnson & Johnson because it was just the one shot.
Audrey Odom says for weeks she's been going back and forth about getting a vaccine, but finally made up her mind when COVID hit her family.
I have a granddaughter that she just recently got it, about 2 weeks ago. So I said, well, I thought that was kind of dying down, but she got it.
Just this week, she decided on Johnson & Johnson.
And when they finally answered the phone, they said, oh, yeah, we're doing Johnson & Johnson, and you can come get it tomorrow.
But Tuesday, she found out that the Food and Drug Administration and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, recommended a temporary pause while they investigate the shot some more after finding 6 U.S. cases of a rare and severe type of blood clot forming in people after getting the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
Apparently, they had problems with the Johnson & Johnson, so since I was here, I just went on with the Moderna because I realized it's just not for myself, but for others too.
The pause forced several cities in our area like Warren to pivot differently.
I'm sorry this happened, but I agree that we had better suspend distribution and look toward another vaccine that appears to be 100% safe.
And I also reached out to the city of Livonia. They gave us some very important information. Let's take a look at those dates. Now, they say if you have an appointment scheduled for tomorrow, that appointment is still good to go, but you will have to take the Pfizer vaccine, which means you will now need a second shot. So they will schedule that appointment 3 weeks from tomorrow's shot. Now, if you have a shot scheduled for this Friday on the 16th, there is bad news for you. That appointment will be canceled. The city will reach back out to you at a later date. We are live on the Detroit's West Side tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Okay, Larry, we know there are so many questions. We've posted a lot of answers about the J&J vaccine pause at clickondetroit.com, including what an expert on blood clots has to say about the risks. We also continue to help you track down appointments to get vaccinated. Head to the homepage of clickondetroit.com. And join us tomorrow at 8 p.m. for our live primetime special on the vaccines. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge will be answering your biggest questions about getting vaccinated. You'll hear from a leading expert about children and the vaccines. And Dr. McGeorge will talk to Dr. Anthony Fauci about Michigan's surging cases. Join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m.
All right, well, today's sunny came with a side of windy.
And rain chances returning now tomorrow, and a little bit of a cool down coming, Ben.
Yeah, this was a little bit of a step up, but overall, we've been trending down since we were in the 70s and 80s last week, and we're going to get cooler still. In fact, this 65 that we're seeing at Metro Airport right now, that's the warmest we've been all day, and that's the warmest we're going to be until at least next week, at least through the 7-day forecast. About 4 degrees warmer than yesterday with the help of that sunshine, but you can see the places that are colder as that cold air is headed in this direction. So for the rest of tonight, we're looking at mainly clear skies. That's going to allow our numbers to drop to some low 40s and even some 30s. So we'll check that out coming up in your 4-zone forecast. And as the temperatures get cooler, yes, the rain chances start rolling in, but believe it or not, we've got a couple snowflakes in the forecast as well. If you want a sneak peek at that and a quick look at your weekend as well, the Local Forecasters app is the best place to get that. It is absolutely free in your app store by searching WDIV. Guys?
Okay, Ben, a senior is in police custody after allegedly shooting an insurance salesman who knocked on his door. It happened at a home on Helen Street at Magnolia Drive in Inkster. Police say the man answered the door and told the salesman he didn't want anything. He then asked him to get off his porch, and that's when the man shot the salesman. He is expected to be okay. The homeowner was arrested.
Search continues for the thieves who targeted a popular clothing store in Birmingham. Happened around 12:45 at Revive on West Maple near Old Woodward. Surveillance video shows several people breaking the front door, racing in, grabbing clothes, and then leaving. Store's owner tells Local 4 about $50,000 worth of clothing was taken. He also says it's the second break-in in the last 2 years. A police report has been filed.
A local city says yes to allowing people to drink alcohol outdoors in parts of its downtown. Find out where just ahead.
And let's check in with Hank Winchester. Hank.
A Help Me Hank scam alert just in time for spring. I'll tell you what thieves are doing right now to get your personal information and your money.